Took you to the wrong map. There we go.
So I want to loot these things.
Yeah, we didn't do any looting. I wanted to see if that
that's
snake
right.
had some good skin.
Yep. That's right. I forgot. We got to loot all these babies.
Okay. Well, so are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Everybody here?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so where last we left off, you guys had fought your way up through several different puzzling challenges and attack encounters and stuff like that to meet the Grand Keeper, who had some sort of blazing rune on his forehead and his eyes were glowing orange. You took out all of his minions and his giant snake and defeated him. Unfortunately, he had drained all of the health out of one of the innocent keepers that was chained up on the dais there, but you guys did defeat him. And your ally, Keeper Arlon, or let me make sure I'm saying his name correctly.
Arlon sounds right.
Yeah, Keeper Arlon. He took care of the one keeper that was up there, and he is over there looking at the corpse of the Grand Keeper as well.
All right. And what's he finding on the Grand Keeper?
Well,
I want to turn back into a druid.
okay.
Okay, so does that take an action, and does that
It's a
mean-
bonus action.
Oh.
I
And so,
deleted
like,
the
when we're
horse.
not in combat, it doesn't really matter, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So that now I can talk.
So he's looking at the body.
And I go up to him and I say, "Hey man, you know it had to be done right."
Yeah. It had to, but I want to know why. I want to know why.
Why doesn't
Was he under a
change the
spell
fact
or
of
something?
What happened?
Well, that
What
we
was
don't-
that? There's several people talking at the same time.
Yeah, go for it, Ben.
Who?
I said the why doesn't matter. All that matters is what is coming next, because we have to figure out why.
Wait, what? Excuse the barbarian, Darlon.
The barbarian's barbarian a little bit.
For a barbarian, that was deep.
That was deep.
Keeper Arlon gives you a very confused look, but he's like, yeah.
Can we do
Well,
a
hey-
detect magic on this guy? See if there's an aura on him or something like that. Something
Does-
that's controlling him.
Does someone have detect magic prepared?
I could.
I do
if
at
you-
level 5.
Level 5, yeah.
Yeah, I don't-
Get back to me next week.
See, that's a level 1, but I didn't have it prepared. So,
Right.
but I get to add one when I get to level 5, and I will do that at level 5. But only if we go to level 5 can I detect magic right now.
Mm.
Bummer.
It is a ritual.
Does anybody else have
I
it?
could ritually cast it. It would take 10 minutes.
Take 10 minutes. We're in no hurry. I could get some
Aralon.
coffee.
Aralon, what I meant to say was the only. Sorry, I hit my head on the steps over there.
So I'm getting in between this Orby thing and him, and I'm gonna cast the ritual
Oh.
magic. It detects magic in like a 30-foot aura.
And I sneak up behind Yad, and I just take the tip of my sword and I just kind of flick one of his ears.
Stop it! I'm concentrating. 10 minutes. Leave me alone.
Give him 10 minutes.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. No, I'm just joking. All right, so you complete the ritual. You take the 10 minutes. Everybody's kind of just standing around being quiet, except for Rogar, who's fucking with you.
Peace be with you, Rogar.
Yeah.
Peace
And-
be with you. Meditate with me.
Yeah, so you
No,
definitely
I am not
detect.
meditating with the paladin. Sorry.
So you definitely detect a strong magical presence from the orb behind you. And you definitely you see that there is a hint of magic on the forehead of where that rune was, but it's quickly fading.
So there you go, guys. That's what I
Can we
found.
Yeah,
the rune
okay,
out
but
of his head?
what is this rune here?
That's
Can,
an orb thing that
yeah, but can we
Can
we
we
able
take
to
out the
take-
rune and use it to open the orb?
I would not take out that rune.
Yeah, well,
would not
the rune
touch
was on his forehead. Yeah, it's the rune has already started to fade away.
Oh, okay.
it was
Okay,
like
so I quickly cast another ritual language try to
Okay, so the rune was actually abyssal, and it's the rune for slave.
mm.
well that was a
Huh.
wasted spell.
But no, it's good to
Wow.
know because then
Oh,
that to
yeah.
me means that he wasn't doing it under his own power.
Right.
Yeah, and that should give that Arlon. Does that not give you somewhat comfort knowing that he was not acting out of his own will?
Well, yes and no. Yes, knowing that we know that he's no longer being controlled by someone else, but it makes me wish that we could have found a way to release him instead of having to kill him.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but now is there any way to detect from this orb, even though it's fading, a way to who was behind the controlling?
Well, the
Yeah,
the
the
orb isn't
rune.
fading. The orb is still there, and
Oh.
it's
Yeah, the
we-
orb is
So
the
it's
blue
just
thing.
well, that's what I was talking about, looking at.
Okay, that's the
say-
orb.
I say we take the orb, or we take the robe of one of these dead keepers here. No disrespect, but take a robe, wrap the orb in it, and haul it back to Alamdring, and
Mhm.
see if we can't find someone in the city. The king may know somebody
That's a good idea.
who can help us figure out what the heck this is, and I wouldn't recommend us touching it either.
So the skeletons are actually like wearing keepers' robes. It looks like he used dead keepers to make his skeletal servants. So you take one of the robes off one of these skeletal keepers, and the keeper keeper Arlon understands. And so you take it and you put it over the orb, and the orb absorbs it.
Oh,
Uh,
oh
Oops.
dear. Guys,
yeah.
anybody else got an idea?
Didn't in combat someone shot something through it?
Arrows.
Yeah.
Arrows went in it, I think, with
Or a javelin. I
really
think Rogar threw a
poor shot.
javelin at it.
So it looks like
Let's,
a tiny portal.
Yeah.
Let's
we need to see what happens.
Take one of the skeletons and
guys,
put him
No,
on.
I'm taking-
send Jack Koozie on it.
I'm gonna pick up a skeleton and chuck it in the orb and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so you pick up a skeleton and you yeah. So Arlon looks less comfortable with it, but he lets it happen because it is the body of probably one of his friends. And you throw it at this orb, and it looks like it starts to suck the body into the orb, crushing bones as it just absorbs the entire
Oh,
thing.
now more than
I
ever,
don't-
we got to throw Jack on there.
I don't think I'm going.
Yeah, I think that kind of
I-
rules out the
I think
teleporter.
this is a black hole, so maybe we should get away from it. And as I'm walking by, I pat down the Grand Keeper while no one's looking to see if he's got anything fun.
Oh, you're gonna have to roll a sleight of hand check on that.
And I yell, "Hey guys, over here! Look at what
Yeah,
I found!"
Yeah,
It's
Rogar, do the thing.
Nice sleight of hand, yeah.
Do the thing.
What
You
thing?
just lost your hand wiping it over him.
Wait, what was the thing?
You know, where you distract him like you just did.
Oh, that's,
Yeah,
yeah, I just did.
I know, but it
Yeah.
wasn't so well.
And it was a
Sadix.
little bit too late too. So as you're reaching down and you put your hand on the Grand
Breakfast.
Keeper, you feel a hand grip your wrist, and it's the Keeper Arlon. He's like, "Please don't disrespect the corpses of my friends any further."
All right, we can do that.
So the snake is definitely not his friend. I take it.
No, not at all.
Rick was going to try and skin it.
Roll a survival check.
Survival check.
Or raids, sorry.
And we keep getting all these new party members.
I know. I wish they'd leave.
12.
12. Yeah, you get a good portion of snake skin from this. There's a lot that was actually scorched away by the Eldritch Blast that killed it. And there's some battle wounds in it and stuff. But you got a
Good job,
pretty
Rodan.
sizable piece of
Snake skin.
snake skin.
Are there
And
any special properties to the snakeskin?
it doesn't appear to be. Just appears to be like,
A big
Snakeskin.
snake.
yeah.
I'll find out what it is when we get it back into
So-
town.
So I want to ask Erlon about the corridor, like how it works, if he has any idea.
All right.
Well, he's like, to use a corridor, it does take years of practice to know, because we're not allowed to actually write down the order that the runestones must be placed around the corridor for it to activate. But they must be placed in a certain configuration to teleport to a specific place.
And
Huh.
what
And they-
happens if you don't do it correctly?
It usually just doesn't activate.
Well, it's good to know.
So
Like a Stargate.
while he's explaining this, I'm jotting down the location of all these runes where they currently are on my
Okay.
scratch pad.
Well, you know
What
right now
runes?
that
How do you-
it's currently not active, so it's probably not. It doesn't look like it's active anyway. It's like you can step on it and see if it teleports you anywhere if you like. But
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Oh God, bye, bye.
all right. So
I didn't go anywhere. Oh,
But-
I did.
No,
Holy
I'm just
shit.
joking.
You don't jump on something that you don't know what it is. You could have went to the elemental plane of fire and found that dragon.
Yeah, so you're currently in the elemental plane of fire, and there's
Yeah,
a pretty
with
hard
the
dragon
three-legged
that gets
dragon.
really pissed off.
And
Uh,
through the communication rings, I hear, "Guys, don't come through. I'm dead. I'll re-roll next week."
Guys, please bring a dwarf pizza with you.
Okay, so let me copy him back over from another.
Oh, you
page.
deleted him. Yeah, see, don't jump on teleporters that you don't know where they go. Because I
What's
wasn't gonna
that?
follow you through.
Hey, Yad, watch this.
No, stop.
Oh,
And I grab onto his ankle before he jumps.
and I shake him off.
Ah, boy, that was
Yes.
Well,
scary.
I guess everything in here's done. We can go back and tell the king what we found.
Yeah.
How they
Keeper
do-
Arlon says, if it's okay with you, I think I'm going to come with you.
Yeah, that'll be
Yes.
good. That'll help us explain what happened.
You can show us the way out too.
And we'll
Yeah,
bring
um,
this
I
lady.
don't see a door.
So that keeper is actually starting to come to her senses, and she's like, I think I'm going to stay here and try to comb through the tower and see if there's any other survivors. With the way that the magical defenses of the tower work, they're no longer active. So you actually notice that a set of stairs has appeared on the side of the.
Oh, cool.
Look,
Ah.
stairs, guys.
Yeah.
I found him.
I could
Yes.
jump on
Hey,
stairs.
don't you know you shouldn't just run into stairs?
Stairs are
And,
good.
and you fell into
Mm.
the pit of despair.
So you guys go down these stairs, and it actually goes right to the first floor.
Oh, that's handy.
Which
Oh, okay.
and so you guys are back on the first floor.
How convenient.
All right.
Hey, look, it's all these
Nice.
statues we killed.
I hate this room.
This door
So
did
you-
shut behind us. Is it open now?
Yeah, you actually notice that it's cracked.
So
I'm gonna
So y-
kick it open. In my sheer frustration, I'm gonna kick it open.
All right, it swings open, and you knock a keeper who was like looking out.
oh god.
You knock him back a couple of feet. Yeah, luckily the door was really heavy, so it kind of absorbed a lot of the blow. But he's very shocked to see you guys come out. And he's like, "Where have you all been?" It's the same keeper that let you in.
I'm
you know,
guessing
we've been
I'm
playing
still in the
cards
other
and
room.
sipping
I
ale
don't
and
see my
sitting on our ass. That's what we've been doing.
icon.
You've been in there for a week.
Oh
Oh,
my
shit.
gosh.
No wonder I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So you get the feeling that maybe time passed a little bit differently while in this tower.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so you come out and you notice that there are several other keepers that look to have been dead whenever you guys were in, but apparently they were just gravely injured. There's a lot of dead keepers too, but they've been like basically burned in a funeral pyre. You see the remains of the funeral pyre out in a way, and this guy's been basically, tending to the wounded, the guy that you guys had first encountered. And also there's a contingent of the King's Guard there. And
Yeah.
they
So what was going on outside? Who was attacking?
well, these were keepers that escaped the tower after the initial.
Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah, my icon isn't there.
Oh yes, because you teleported through the first time. Yeah.
It's not a big
Yeah.
deal. We're gonna get off this screen,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
or we might not have a screen because we're gonna go back
Maybe-
to town.
He stepped on the blue ball.
Chimera out of nowhere.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you guys, the King's Guard contingent said that they hadn't heard from you in a number of days, so the king had sent some people to check. The doors had been sealed once you guys were inside, and the keeper couldn't unseal them. In fact, he was trying to unseal them whenever Rogar kicked the door open.
So did they seal by like the keepers didn't seal it? They were sealed by some other.
No,
The
by
Grand
magic.
Keeper magic guy
Yeah.
sealed
Oh,
it.
okay.
He's the one that sealed it up.
So when he died, it probably unsealed.
Yeah. Okay.
Like trying to get into Orthanc.
Yeah, so he's like, well, I know that the king will definitely want to see you now that you've completed your task.
Yeah, well, we should report back and tell him what we found.
Yep.
Okay. So apparently that keeper had taken care of your horses that you used to ride here as well.
All right.
They're actually tied off to a nearby tree.
Yes.
So, and he's
Mount
been
up,
watering
boys.
them. What's that?
He said he wanted
I
to
just
mount
said
up.
mount up, boys.
Yeah. Yes, you guys mount up and start heading back to town.
The
Or
right,
head to
listen to me.
Allendring.
Putting on speed burn.
Okay. So you guys get back to town, or get back to the city. You guys are welcomed to the gates by a contingent of guards who are, they saw you leave and they kind of give you a nod and welcome you back. The main the main populace doesn't even know what you just did or what you did to save the corridor of Allendring, but you guys ride to town, ride through the city towards the castle, unless there's anything you wanted to do before you got to the castle.
Well, we didn't loot anything, so I don't think there's really a point.
Yeah. Rick's got that.
I got
skin.
some
That's-
skin.
Wait! It's been a week, so we need to go get.
the
Oh, yeah.
dragon hide
Check
armor
on,
should be done.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I can check on if these skins are worth anything.
Okay. Well,
All right.
I mean, it's not like the king's waiting on us.
But I was going to say, we ought to see the king first.
That's what I was thinking. We can go
Yeah.
get the leather and stuff
Yeah.
tonight when we're
Yeah, we
drinking.
wouldn't come in casually and say, let's go have a
Okay.
beer.
Well, I
Man.
mean, we might.
Yeah, we want the king to buy our beer.
Oh, he's gonna buy our
He-
beer. We're gonna get paid.
He'll buy a
handsomely.
beer, yes.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
we got to
s-
see the king. Go
yeah,
to the
so-
king.
Yeah, so the king, you guys head to the castle. The guards recognize you and let you pass. They take your horses and take them to the king's stable as you walk in through the front doors. The king's steward is there. He gives you a bow and says, "I'll go fetch the king."
Thanks. We'll wait in the foyer.
That's right.
Yeah. So the king comes and says, "I'm happy to see you. What happened at the corridor?"
Oh gosh.
And we
Someone
have
else explain.
we have Arlon explain it.
Yeah. So Arlon gives you kind of a shitty look, and then
It's like, hey, you know more about this place than we do, Arlon. We just went in there and killed some people.
Talk about passing the buck.
So Arlon goes through what happened with what you guys know about the Grand Keeper, the rune that Rodan detected on his forehead, what had happened with a good majority of the keepers, it looks like the number of keepers at the corridor has been decimated. And there's still a few keepers left. And Keeper Arlon says, I request permission to return home.
I'm tired of talking.
He's like, I came here to try to learn more about the corridors and hopefully recreate the recreate the corridors technology so I could bring one back to the elves. But I don't know if I can enter that building again. It's just too painful.
Huh.
And he's like, if I had heard tale that there were secret corridors around on this continent. I don't know if those actually exist or not, but before returning home, I think I might travel around the continent a little bit and just see if I can find anything. And so, he tells them that, and he says good night to you all, and he's like, I'm gonna go find a place to stay in the city. And the king says, no need, keeper. We've got plenty of lodging here that you can stay. And he invites you all to his home for his personal chef to fix a feast for you all. Plenty of drink and food available.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
I'm a vegan. Tell him that I can't.
He doesn't eat anything that
You need
casts a
special
shadow.
dietary needs.
He gives you a bowl of peanuts and says, "Deal with it." No, he's got anything for dietary restrictions. There's fruits and vegetables and
gluten free.
yeah.
Gluten-free vegan is what I am. Yes.
Oh man, that's gotta suck.
You can eat lettuce and that's it.
You're gonna find yourself on a rack.
So at this point, we're all eating and just relaxing, right?
Exactly.
Is Arlon with us?
Yeah, he's at the table with you guys. He's just kind of kind of despondent.
Bumming. Yeah.
So in our whispering communications, I'm gonna whisper to everybody. Maybe we should tell him about the one we found.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
where was that?
That was in that mine by Zauria.
Yeah, I think we should tell him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because he would be able to
he's
look
going
at
out
it.
to look for him. We might as well tell him where one is.
Yeah, that would lift his spirits since we just killed
So,
his leader
well,
guy.
I wanna start off by telling him. I take my big old dragonborn hand and I place it on his shoulder and I say, Arlon, I know what it's like to lose all of your brothers. I don't look like it, but I'm only 15 years old, and I had to be there to save my people, and I watched most of my brothers die by my feet. And I felt
Okay,
like it
that's
was for nothing.
comforting.
So what matters is how you respond and what we can do for everyone that's still alive and for the future of all the different races in this nation.
Well, I appreciate that sentiment, and that's why I have decided to keep looking for these corridors. At least maybe if I find one of these secret corridors, I can find out how they created these and maybe recreate it.
Well, I say what I say because Yadrisil wants to share something with you.
When
And
we were
his curiosity is quite piqued at this point. He's like, yeah, Drasil?
well, we were staying in Zauria. Have you heard of that place?
It's one of those villages up north, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the forest. We were up there and we this whole thing started as a slave trade, and we found a mine that they were storing and making people mining slaves. And actually, in the back of that thing, we did find a corridor that appeared to be intact, but no one was using it. And I pull out my little map and point approximately where it is.
All right, so
If you go to
he
that
looks.
town, you got to find a man named Hans. Hans can take you right to it. His brother owns
Hans.
the bar in town. His name's Frederick.
So at this point, Arlon looks almost speechless. He's like, I've been searching for the last 100 years to try to find one of these corridors,
Whoa.
and you guys just stumbled upon one.
What can I say? We're excellent at our job.
That's right.
He gets up out of his chair and he hugs you.
Oh, you're
Like,
welcome, buddy. It's gonna be
He's
all
like,
right.
he just kind of buries his head in his hand and he's sobbing. But for the first time, it looks like it's tears of joy and relief. And he's like, you're absolutely sure this was a corridor.
It looked
it
just
looks
like the
just
one
like the-
up in the top of the tower. We wanted to know more about it after we found it. That's why we kind of came down this way.
He's like, you've done a great thing for the elven people this day. I'm absolutely sure that I can recreate this thing now that I'll have time one-on-one to just study every part of it and all of the magic involved. It may take me years, but I think that you just advanced the elven people beyond our wildest dreams.
And then I throw a hand up in the air and I say, "Elf Master Race."
Now he looks uncomfortable.
I was joking. It was a joke.
Yeah, what did you say, elves?
Elf Master Race.
Oh,
Arlon, you're gonna have to explain to us why this is so important,
Well,
just so that we can understand.
so as you may know, the corridors are hugely important for trade and for the different races to move people quickly between continents. There are other teleportation type magics out there, but this is so much more accessible, and it's almost like, and this is out of game, just saying, like, it's sort of like trade routes and stuff like that. Like it's almost as big as like the Suez Canal was for
Okay.
the planet Earth. So back into character, he's like, it's so much like, and if you may, the dwarves and the elves during the Great War destroyed their corridors so that they wouldn't be able to be used against them by their enemies. But in doing so, the magic that created them was long lost. And although the dwarves and elves have not had a lot of access to the corridors that were around. It took me years to convince the Grand Keeper to allow me to become a keeper of the Alendrine corridor. But he became a very good friend of mine and a mentor. And even though I'm about 100 years older than him, he was like a father to me. And it's hard to explain how important this has been my life's work, and you guys, you adventurers have helped me come to its fruition.
did you say these corridors go to other continents too?
Yes, they do.
Oh yay! Adventure awaits, fellas.
Aye.
And there are other continents on this there are other corridors on this continent as well that are known and that are maintained, but the main corridor is the one in Alendrine.
Okay.
I'm sorry, in the confusion of last week and today. Where the heck are we again?
We're in Alendrine, the capital.
Where
Right.
exactly in the capital are
the- We're in the king's foyer
Yeah,
or party
King's
room.
place.
we?
We're in the
Okay.
castle, bro.
You're
Dining
in his
hall.
banquet hall, yeah.
Yeah.
We're pounding beers and eating
Where's-
ribs.
Okay, I yell at one of the servants. Get my man over here, Aralon, your strongest mug of dwarven stout on the double. Make it happen.
And the servant gives you a nod and starts heading back towards the kitchen, and comes back with a nice tall frothy mug of stout.
All right.
Delicious.
Do I mean we're out adventuring on this thing. Do we want to go with him back to that and see if we can get into that other corridor?
Well, he did say it would take like a while to
Oh, that's
study
true.
it.
He
Well,
did.
years.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
Well,
take him
Erlon,
there, but
We could take you there, and we can let you meet Hans and
The
Frederick,
forests were full of baddies.
and we could.
He's like, well, I'm a pretty capable wizard. I think I
Okay.
should be able to get there on my own. I appreciate the offer.
Well,
Okay.
I don't doubt that. Here's the thing: we come across slavers, fire cultists, dragon feet, skeletons, and us five alone, with two casters, still found it somewhat difficult. So it's more the fact that we want to secure your life's work, and we want to see it through all the way.
Yeah. And as you guys are having this conversation, the king is actually at the table with you, and you know he's been like patiently waiting, just letting you guys talk. And he was like, "Well, there's actually something I wanted to talk to you all about. I may have something of more dire consequence for the likes of you guys."
does it have to do with breaking someone's skull? Because if so, Rodan is in.
Skull breaking.
Say he likes that. He's weird.
Yeah. So what is
Oh.
the?
Yeah, so he's like, it involves the missive that you sent me from Mayor Zacchaeus Rasmir and Pinecrest. You all saved that town, and I've sent a large contingent of guard to guard that temple that you guys found. But I was speaking to the head mage of our mages guild here in Allendring, and he believes that it may be part of something bigger. He says that there were basically. Have you all heard of the? Have you all heard of Tiamat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fire god thing.
And no, Tiamat is actually not a fire god. She is the goddess of evil dragons, the
Yeah.
evil chromatic dragons,
Fire dragons.
not just fire.
No, sorry, King.
So he actually takes out a picture of Tiamat, and what you see in front of you is a picture of a dragon with several different heads, and there's
Foot?
no.
She must get a lot of Tinder swipes.
Yeah, so what you see is a dragon with one blue head, one green head, one black head, one white head, and one red head.
Whoa.
Easy peasy.
And the dragon is of all of the different evil chromatic dragons. Each of the heads represents that particular type of dragon. And he pulls out a second piece of paper, and there's a lady with dark hair and a black dress and like a strange like thorned crown. It's like this is another form that she sometimes takes.
She's not here, is she?
No,
That's good.
but she could be.
Wait.
Long ago, her followers created these temples. There was one representing each of the different heads of Tiamat. The temple that I think you found was known as the Red Temple.
It was very red inside.
Oh yeah, that okay, yeah.
and it contained a portal. You said
Yep.
They were
That-
trying to bring what appeared to be a dragon from the fire plane through to us.
yes. The dragon that was contained there. Its name has been lost in the annals of history, but I believe that it was one of the avatars of Tiamat, one of its generals, if you will. And they say that if the 5 generals of Tiamat should ever be at the same place at the same time, they could summon their mistress.
Huh. Yeah, that would be badass.
Yeah, I don't think we want that to happen.
No, exactly.
So the mages know of the location, or at least the vague location of 2 other of the temples. And if the red temple has been attacked, there's a possibility that the others could be targets as well.
Yep.
And what I would ask to task you with is to help me seek out these temples.
I think
I'm
that's
for it.
something we can do.
I'm game.
It seems wise to stop this Tiamat from being
Right.
summoned, and
Is there one that seems to that we should do first for some reason?
Well, there's a couple of different options that the mages have seen from their annals of histories. All we know at the moment is that there is one temple that is with the dwarves, and he actually pulls out a world map. Let me pull that up.
yes, I love maps.
I do too. I'm
I-
looking at this little one that
I already
got.
had my map of Agadeth up.
I've got it up too. But
Oh crap!
I'll
I
take
forgot.
a new map.
I have to make this into a journal entry as well. But
Yes, I want this in a journal.
okay, so the dwarves are from the Grand Crescent Mountain. It's an entire continent made out of basically a giant mountain range
Oh, wow.
that just comes out of the ocean. The dwarves mainly live there. There are other races that live there with them, of course, but the dwarves are the majority there. To the west is Oasis. Oasis is a place where all different races live in harmony. They actually were not part of the Great War many years ago. They all live there in peace. It's like a neutral ground. It's basically the vacation spot of
Nice.
this place. That's a lot of people go there to relax, and there are corridors there as well. To the north west is Terralon. That's where the majority of the elves live. The wood elves, although there are some that live in the forest of other places like your people, Yadrissel. The majority of them live in the forest of Terralon, and the high elves live at the foothills of the mountain of Terralon. That's where the high elves live. Oravog, to the northeast, is a lot of evil races live there. Orcs and goblins and all sorts of other like you know of several of legends of liches and stuff that have made their home in Oravog. So he says that he knows for a fact. Well, his mages have heard legend that there is at least one of the temples in the Great Crescent Mountain and one in Terralon.
And then we know the fire one's here.
You know that the fire one is
in-
here. Yes.
It was in Pinecrest. Yeah,
Boy, I wonder if that means there's one on each of the other ones.
I
Must
would
be.
think
There has
so.
to be. Yeah. Okay.
Seems logical.
Yeah.
Well, now do we want? And do you have an airship, Mr. King? Can we fly on it?
Unfortunately, we do not own airships here. But I do have. I could give you part of my Royal Navy to help you sail there, but you'll have to make it to one of our port cities.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Why don't we just use a corridor?
You can use a corridor to get to Oasis, but in the two places that we know of for a fact uh, have temples don't have corridors, so we can't teleport there through the corridor.
But you said we could do Oasis right now?
You could go to Oasis, but we don't know of any corridor. We don't know of any temples there.
Yeah, okay.
But Oasis sounds really nice. We can hang
It
out on
does.
the
We
beach.
could take a little vacation.
I mean, come on.
Like, how
We
pressing
need a
is
break.
this
We'll
Tiamat
pretend
stuff?
we're at Sandals and
You can go to all 5 Sandals locations on the same island for one low price.
And the king kind of chuckles and he says, "Well, I do have a private residence there that I would be willing to loan you guys if you ever
Oh.
Heard that,
do
Mr. King.
if you ever go
Oh,
to
cool.
Oasis."
But you've got to earn it.
yeah, I say we ought to do let's just do the Crescent Mountain one first.
Okay.
You know, it's
Did we
closest.
explore the rest of Agathis?
We have
No,
not.
you've not explored the rest of Agath.
We've
No,
only
but
been.
this is what the king wants us to do, to go check out these temples.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
We're
you know,
looking for the king.
it will take you a while to travel to either of the port cities, so there's going to be a little bit of exploration maybe on the way.
All right.
Well, if we're gonna go to the Grand Crescent Mountains, I assume we head to Southwatch. Is that one of your port cities?
Southwatch is one of the port cities, yes.
But that appears to be on an island.
Yeah, there's a ferry system that takes you to Southwatch,
Ooh.
and that's where the main port city is on that island.
Okay.
What about Alanqual? Is there a port there?
Let me bring up that map.
Maybe it's got a ferry down to Southwatch where you're
Alanqual is a smaller port city, but his Royal Navy is stationed at Southwatch, and that's where the ships are. I mean, you could hire your own ships at Alanqual, but the ships that he has available are at Seaside or at Southwatch.
So where does the
Yeah.
ferry land from Southwatch?
The ferry land from Southwatch or to
Yeah,
Southwatch?
To South. Like, where do we need to go to get on the ferry to take us to Southwatch?
To Carthenwald.
Carthenwald is actually like kind of more in the mountains. There's a
Oh.
small town that's actually kind of considered part of Southwatch.
Just
That's
on
like-
the other side of the continent.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that direction. We can't miss it when we get close.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Head
just gotta
south.
go directly south. Yeah.
All right. So he's like, so you know, tonight rest, do whatever you
Eat,
want to.
drink. In the
Uh,
morning, we head south.
Okay. So and he's also there's a matter of your reward for
Yeah, we didn't
Uh,
forget about that.
yeah, he's like,
We're gonna need some money for all this adventuring we gotta do.
and he's like, money did cross my mind, but I had another idea. And
Okay.
he's like, he motions to his steward, and he's like, go and show them their reward.
Oh, snap.
So he's
a
like,
Hummer.
yeah, he gathers you all up, and he's like, so if you'll follow me, and you guys go into like the ritzy district of the town, you know, you guys mount up, and you know he gets on a horse as well, and you know he's being very vague about what your reward is, and he takes you to a large plot of land that's been cleared, and it looks like something's being constructed. And he's like, this will be your manor.
Oh man,
Whoa.
we're getting a house.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
Well, I guess that's better than a couple 100 gold.
He's,
Nah.
Can I store
yeah.
stuff in it?
At the moment, no, because it's still being built.
But when it's done.
When it's built, oh yeah, absolutely, you can store things.
So already
And,
better than the ESO. Perfect.
And and the steward says, the king is also commissioned for you to have your own steward as well. He'll
Nice.
take care of the day-to-day things around the house. The first year's pay for him will be provided by the king.
Excellent.
Cool.
We need one named Alfred.
Yes.
Very important.
I'm sure if you pay him enough, he'll go by Alfred.
Perfect.
So he's like, sometimes I wonder if the king even knows what my name is at all.
So I rustle through my bag and give him my plans for my underground lair, and I say, "Please add this to the building."
He's like, I will give it to my. He says, I'll give it to the planners.
Cool.
All right, we could hop in the boat and take the river down.
We well,
We did see that little dinghy.
my pockets are a little light. I don't know about anybody else. I'm just saying.
Well, I tried to get some money off the Grand Keeper, but you didn't distract him well enough.
He's like, the king will definitely take care of you, but he thought that this might be a better reward than monetary.
Oh
No, we like the manor.
We're very thankful and gracious about the manor. I'm talking about our
But
adventure.
supplies still cost money.
Yeah.
Are you
That's what
guys
I'm
that
getting at.
low? Like I still got like
Yeah, like I'm
900.
Shh! You don't say how much money you have out loud.
Oh,
Yeah,
oops.
that
Yeah,
little
you-
halfling shows
Oh
back
shit! I
up.
got jumped.
like showed up again.
I got 63 left.
The steward looks in his pocket and he pulls out like a little sack and hands you a sack of about 300 gold, Rogar, and he's like, maybe this will help you get some provisions and stuff for your journey.
This will have to do.
He says, I'm sure I can get the king to reimburse me.
Nice.
It'll have to do.
Okay,
Well-
your treat, Rogar.
Well, I need to go swing by Omar's house.
Right, we got to go check. Well, let's spend the night, and then we get up in the morning, go to, and then we go check on your armor,
Collect our
see
stuff.
how that's
and
coming,
then head
check
out.
on stuff we might have to sell, and get ready for our adventure in the morning.
Yeah, I agree.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Feeling what's called what's the feeling when you are super tired because time zones are different.
Jet lag.
Not,
Yeah, jet lag. Yep.
no, it can't be jet lag.
Can't
it's
be
gotta
jet lag.
Corridor
Boat
lag.
Corridor lag.
Yeah, so
Tower
you
lag.
guys,
Even though we didn't use a corridor, we still got corridor lag.
We were near it.
so you guys go back to the king's castle, and you guys are given board, and you guys sleep. During the night,
We leveled up.
Rodan,
More dreams.
Yes.
Rodan, you do have more dreams.
Ooh.
You start to see the green and purple flashes of the previous dreams, and the name,
Zargon.
Zargon. Yeah, and you hear Zargon, and then he's like, "Follow," and then suddenly your eyes are not your own, and they're like you're kind of like floating above your own head, like you see yourself sleeping, and then your consciousness is taken through the hallways of the king's castle and outside and onto onto like the castle grounds and into like this courtyard, and underneath a tree you see like a little mound of dirt that's been recently disturbed, and then you wake up,
Oh man.
and it's still in the middle of the night. Nobody else is awake, but you've seen that in your dream.
Oh, we do wake. I have to go check it out. I don't
Oh, I
have a choice.
bet you would. Yes.
I don't have a choice.
Yes,
So are
you
you- are
would
you
all by
trying-
yourself too, huh?
Are you trying to do this sneakily, or are you trying to wake anybody else up, or what are you going to do?
I think I'm just kind of clueless. I just have to go do it. So, I mean, if people are aware enough to wake up,
Sneaks.
yeah. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm just trying to get. I'm not trying to grab anybody's attention, but
Right.
I'm just onto it.
Yeah. So you start heading down the hallway. You see guards around, but they don't really give you a second look because they know you're supposed to be there. And you head out to the courtyard and find that tree.
do you find the tree? And I look for the mound of dirt.
And it's there.
Oh my gosh! Well, I
Yeah,
frantically
boy.
start digging.
All right, so
Might
so you
fall
start
into the portal.
you start digging with your hands, and you unearth what looks to be like a metal scroll case with a large Z crest engraved on it.
Oh
Whoa.
snap!
Yeah.
And who was
So-
Zargon again? Or it's just a
We
dream.
don't know. That's
Well,
his
we know.
dream.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I have to. I examined the Z, so there's no writing on it, correct? It just says Z has a
It
Z
just
on
it just has a large Z on it.
Yeah, well, I have to open it up. Don't have a choice.
Yeah, so you open the scroll case open, and there are 2 scrolls inside. There is
Yeah.
one for Leomund's tiny hut.
Huh.
And there is one for Tensor's floating disc.
Cool. All right. So those
Those are both ritual spells.
rituals. Okay, cool. So then I guess I'm too excited because I mean I'm drawn to all sorts of magic, and I have to sit down right there and start to inscribe them.
Okay.
Outside in the middle, yeah. I'm unaware of anything. I'm just like, oh my god, I got him, I got him.
That was a nice dream.
It's a good dream.
So
Okay.
you've inscribed what? Oh, well, I'll have to wait until you tell us the story in the morning. I
Okay.
want to know what they are. That's all.
Okay.
But you're out in the woods all by yourself right now. We're out in the courtyard, and you don't care about us right now. So
I don't care about anybody right
no,
now.
you don't.
Girls,
You're
man.
all
His
hyped.
dreams are
Yeah.
coming true now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the tiny hut spell is just listed as tiny hut in the compendium. I just realized
Okay.
that. But I think, and let me see if the floating disc is in there as well.
Oh, yeah, the floating disc is there. I've seen that. I've come across that one.
Okay.
So actually, I'll have to be technical. I only have whatever. I think I only have enough for 1 ink. So I'll keep one of the scrolls and then buy some ink when we go to the store. Do the
Okay.
rest.
Which one did you inscribe?
The ones the floating Tensor's floating disc,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll just keep the scroll till I get some ink for the tiny hut.
Okay.
I don't know what time it even does. And I think that takes about an hour. So then after that, I'm exhausted out of excitement and I head back.
Okay. So you go back to sleep, and the rest of your dreams are peaceful and restful.
I have a grin all night long. So,
Yeah, so you guys have slept through the night, and you guys have leveled up to level 5.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah, cool.
Gotta roll my hit
Okay.
die.
No, I gotta.
What? That doesn't count. So what? I got 6 hit points. That's terrible.
That doesn't count.
Well, I think that we did say at the beginning that like you would get the average of like
Yeah.
roll if you rolled below what the average would be.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Well, I'm not getting 2 hit points for a level. But so yeah, it says in there 5 plus your con, or you roll the die.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you would get
now
the
I'm
6.
just hitting my
Yeah.
hit die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then we get half our hit dies back. Is it rounded up or down?
Rounded
Whoa.
up, I believe.
Look at these guys.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
afraid to roll now.
So you would get 8 hit points.
I would.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a D.
now.
You get 5 plus 3. So
And
Okay, so that makes me 44.
so I get 9, right?
yes.
All right, that's a better one.
So also something that I know
Actually,
you.
I believe Braith would get more than that because I believe that's below his average because of the +3.
I thought he got
Well,
a
he
minimum
rolled a
of 6 plus
6.
the 3.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
rolled
okay.
a 6.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
You're good.
So
Okay.
Jack, one thing I know you haven't been doing is your
What's that?
sneak attack damage, and your
Yep.
sneak attack goes up at level 5 as well.
Oh, Okay.
You get an additional d6. I
Yeah,
think?
so it's 3d6 extra damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Like that's the bread and butter for rogues. Is that sneak attack
The
damage.
sneak attack. Okay. So basically, what I would do in a sneak attack most of the time.
Well, when you make an
So-
attack, if you have advantage on the roll, you get a sneak attack damage as well. So you need to make a. Nathan needs to make a, a sneak attack button on your attack. So you can. Kind of like how your bowstring is.
Right. Okay.
So you would need a sneak attack one there.
Yeah.
That
that'll
so
definitely
when
be-
you're when you're gonna use it, you attack and then if you hit, you,
Right. It's
you
like
add the
doing my
sneak attack
blazing
damage.
thing after the
Right,
short bow.
right.
So he gets 2d6 now. Is
It's
that right?
3. It went up to 3 now that at 5th
Okay.
level. So that's a potential extra 18 damage every
Yeah, that's
every
awesome.
attack.
I have extra. What is it? I get extra attack where I can attack twice and fast movement, which gives me plus 10 walking speed.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
I get an extra attack too.
Ooh.
Plus, I get an extra spell 1, first level spell, as well as my 2 seconds.
Rage damage is the same. Okay, how do I get? So I should have 5 hit dice, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
And then yeah, if you used any, you would get 3 hit dice back. So
Yeah, because it would be half your maximum rounded up is what it said in the book. So yeah,
So I roll 1d12.
to determine how many new hit points you have. Yes.
well, you can hit your hit dice because that's gonna add your Constitution modifier.
Yeah.
But then it's still, whatever your that minimum average is.
1d12
Or
plus
7.
Constitution modifier, which is
So you-
3.
Yeah. And Jack, I added that sneak attack into your.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, I said thanks. I guess you didn't hear
Oh,
me.
no
But yeah,
problem.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
12. Where do I go for hit dice? Like I see that. Where the heck did you do that?
Right there below where it says hit dice. Under your
Oh.
hit points, current hit points. There you go.
Yeah, I'll take the 12.
Well, you rolled it first, so that's
You
what I was
did.
going to do anyway. But yeah, you get the 12. Right. Well,
And-
you have
and
to add
then-
it to your maximum hit points. I think you just added it to yours.
Yeah, I did.
Make sure at the top of your sheet you changed it from 4 to 5 because it changes a
Yep.
bunch of calculations for you.
Yep, did it. Proficiency bonus went up to 3, which
Yes.
is nice.
Yes. It was a good break level for me. Bunch of stuff kicked up.
Oh man, I'm gonna be nasty now. Like even more so.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
then,
geez.
yeah, Wraith, you get 2 attacks each attack now.
Yes, I know.
That pretty much
Not
just.
Which I need.
You
Time.
don't get 2 touches, you get 2 attacks. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
you can't
okay.
touch me twice.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
not 2 actions, but it's 2 attacks per action.
Yeah, if you take the attack action, you get 2 swings. So you essentially doubled your DPS.
Yes.
2 times 0 is still 0, though.
Plus, I now have branding smite,
Yes.
which will be a nice, nasty smasher. But I only get 2, so I can't be wasteful with these guys.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, did I? How many total slots do I have now? 4?
Let's look it up.
Spell slots. Is that what?
Like
you're
level
talking
Yeah.
1s? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I've got.
Okay,
no,
so
but-
for 5th level, you have 4 first level spell slots
and 2 second level. Right. Right. That's what I wanted to make sure I was on the right count. Okay. So, okay, got it. Yep.
So while these guys are trying to count their spell slots and all that,
Yes.
I run off to the nearest mystic and look for some ink,
Ink.
rare ink.
Okay.
Try to get 100 gold.
So you go out into the city. Now, are you going to ask somebody for directions, or are you just going to wander around aimlessly looking for a mystic shop?
I'm gonna because I'm so excited. I'm going to wander around aimlessly and then
All right.
Weren't we here
see what
before,
happens.
though?
Roll an
Did we go to
investigation
Mystic?
check.
We are here, but it's a big town. Like we didn't
Yeah,
explore
but
the
I
whole
thought we
town.
went to the Mystic.
This is a major city. Yeah. So
Zarkon
it-
is
it-
helping me.
So as you're running around, you see like a small store, and just from the smell, you smell like similar incense that other mystics have had, and their tents and stuff like that. And you're like, ha! And you see the sign, and it has like an eye on it, and it says mystic. Basically, is all it says in the sign.
So I burst in the door and say, "Give me your rare inks, quick!"
And at that point, he says, "Give me 30 seconds to go look it up while I get some coffee."
Well, you got time. Go.
So when you barge in there and yell that, there's a little old lady who's sitting behind the counter. Like she's a gnome, and you scare her so bad that she falls off of the stool that she's sitting
Oh
on.
no.
And she's like, oh, are you robbing me?
No! I need inks. I'll pay.
Okay, well, calm down. And so she goes into her bag of holding that she's got behind the counter there, and she starts to pull out like several things, and she pulls out this nice set of inks, and she's like, let's see here, and now I gotta find the tool thing. Hold on. I really should have this up all the time.
What are you looking for?
The ink cost.
So I need 50 gold's worth. So, and I'd like to buy 100. So I throw down, and my hastily is just to round my numbers off. I throw down 112. It's like, give me the inks. Now I'm rounded down. Obviously.
So
Paying the tax.
she's like looking at it. She's like, okay, well, here you are.
And so immediately I sit down and start scrolling.
Right in the middle of the shop.
Right in the middle of the shop. Just squat down.
She as a magic user herself, she kind of at this point just kind of like giggles to herself. She's like, yeah, you're still acquiring spells, are you?
Yes. And then I go back to it.
So I'm gonna pull Jack aside and say, hey, I think I need to borrow some money.
Sorry, I don't have any.
No, I know you've got some, and I'm gonna need some.
How
You
much do
tell
you
everybody all the time.
Because
We know.
I'm guessing with what Omar said, I'm gonna need 400 doll hairs to get my dragonhide armor out of the shop. I may be
Did you-
wrong.
Did you get it yet?
No, he
I mean,
repaired
did
it.
we go there yet?
No, we're gonna
May
go
not
there.
even be done.
Oh, it's been done. It's been a week. He said it was only gonna take a couple days.
Okay, all right. Yep,
Huh.
I'll do that. Give you 400.
Nice. I meant 500.
That's okay. I added mine instead of subtracting it. So.
Oh yeah, he's duping over here, GM. He's got the hacks. So then I'm gonna run off to the leather shop and see how Omar's doing.
All right.
I'm
Okay,
going to
so-
go with him just because I figure I can find out what my snake skin is worth, or if
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go. I got nothing else to do. Everyone
Yep.
else is gone.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
with-
with everybody.
so
Still
you
scrolling.
Yep. So you guys head over to Omar's shop. You guys remember where it was because
we were
it
there.
wasn't that hard
Been
to
there
find.
a couple times.
Right. So you guys make your way there, and the shop's open. Whenever you get there, Omar is working on some other armor, and he sees you come in. He's like, "Ah, it's ready! It's ready! It's ready!"
Yay!
And so he pulls out this mannequin that's covered with a big sheet, and he pulls it out, and he says, and he's like, he doesn't say anything. He just takes the sheet and pulls it off with a flourish, and it is one of the finest sets of armor you've ever seen.
Nice. Very good job,
it's-
Omar.
Yeah, it's he actually added some details to it like some gemstones and some like what appears to be like some sort of teeth from a some sort of animal to the shoulders to make it look kind of more badass.
Yeah. He knows what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
All
and
right, yep.
so it says 400, 400, 400.
So you want 400 gold?
He wants 400 for all three each piece.
No,
So
he
1,200.
says everything triple.
Oh, that's true. He does.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
so I hand him
Yes.
400 gold,
we went through that last time.
and I start
Mhm.
taking the armor off the mannequin.
Okay. And he takes the money and he's like, "Thank you. It was an honor to make this armor for you." In a completely normal voice.
What?
So, what?
Yeah, I'm confused.
So
And-
so, do I need him to tell me what it?
The armor class.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what?
Basically, it's going to be a +1 to your AC, and it gives you resistance to fire damage.
Nice.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so that resistance and that's disadvantage on the roll. Is that
It
it-
halves magic.
it halves-
disadvantage for you? Yeah.
No, it does half damage from fire
Oh,
damage.
right. Oh, okay.
And it's pretty badass looking.
I mean,
I bet it is. So, Omar, what do you think of this snake skin that I got?
Very nice, very nice, very nice. And he's like 30 gold, 30 gold, 30 gold.
Sold.
Hands it to you.
That's not 90, Rick.
I know it, but I'm trying.
Yeah. I don't know where that.
And he
that
says-
keeps coming from.
Thank you very much for your business. In a completely normal voice.
And it's gone.
It's almost like he's practiced saying that once, and he says it the same way every single time.
Okay.
well, I now have my armor set, and I'm beast.
And what's your AC now?
It went
17?
it went from 15 to 16.
15 to 16. Okay. Because I did add a shield magic that I'll be throwing out there when we get into one of these dragon fights, which we know is coming.
Yep.
Who knows?
I do. I feel it in my bone.
It's not called Dungeons and Puppies. so-
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Wait, so you're saying we're gonna fight a dragon in a dungeon? That seems
Speaking
a
of
bit
which,
unoriginal.
just a little side note here.
Oh,
I
Lord.
moved in two guys into an apartment. They're nice guys, but they seemed a little different than some guys. But that's Capitol Hill. But I had to go in and do change the light bulb in the stove that they had. They saw that in the walkthrough. I had overlooked that. But they had moved some stuff in. The first stuff they sent in, they've got more of these games than you have. I've never seen that many games of this kind of genre. And they had all these giant dice, Dungeon and Dragon dice. They were all lined up along a shelf. And they were big. They fit in your whole hand, these big D&D dice. And I was blown away at how many different games. They had to have had 30 or more box games of all these D&D type games and board games. It blew me away. I've never seen that many.
Well, I know
it
what
was
we're doing
amazing.
next time I visit.
Yeah, well, Dave told me about this back some time ago. He told me about all these board games that are out, and I'd started to look at some of them. Then we got into D&D again, but I was knocked over. They were just stacks of them, and that's the first things they brought in. I know what kind of guys they are.
That's important.
Yeah, They're going to be good guys. I like having them around. They were a couple of nice guys.
Did you tell them that you played D&D or?
Mm-hmm. I did, and they looked at me. Well, they were also in here, and they saw my. They know I'm a little weird too. They saw my 3D Hogwarts here puzzle that I'd put together, and they're going, "Oh, you're into those 3D puzzles?" And I'm going, we had this little conversation about how we're all out in that kind of world. We don't spend a lot of time in the real world.
Yeah, well, when real life sucks, you play games.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Ready Player One.
So, I guess, is everybody done with their shopping needs?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm pretty well done.
So I guess we need to ride towards Southwatch.
Ride towards Southwash. So
Yep.
we mount up
We
and
find
say, "All
find
right,
our
guys,
horses.
we're
Okay,
strong."
So, when you return to the castle to get your horses and everything, the king says, "Well, if you'd like, I'll let you guys have use one of my carriages for a while, and with a couple of horses. And I would like to send a couple of our King's Guard out to help protect you on your way."
Most
All right.
excellent.
Sounds like we're gonna run into something bad.
Bandits.
No,
Yeah.
it sounds to me like we're going to have a nice, pleasant ride.
Sounds to me.
Do a little
Jack
picnic
hitting
out
the
in the
sauce.
woods.
Sounds like Jack's hitting the sauce a little too early again.
Mm-hmm. Settle down, Jack. Just get in the carriage, enjoy the ride. Good
He's
deal.
already
We're
in.
gonna put you in the middle seat.
Okay, so they say that the journey is going to be a few days. It's riding at a good speed.
Sure.
And so you guys might stop in a town. You guys might stop out camping. So if you got camping gear, take it. If you need to acquire some, I'm sure that the King's Guard have some to provide.
I got a bedroll. I'm good to go.
I'll grab a bedroll.
Okay.
Then do we need to get food or be stopping in towns? You said.
The King's Guard can provide like rations and stuff like that. So if
Okay,
you need to
perfect.
refresh
So,
your
To get a
rations,
bedroll, I just type it in, and
yeah, you can just type it into your inventory and say that
are
you
we
grabbed
paying
one.
for these or?
No, these are all provided by the king. You're being conscripted by the king to go out on a
Right.
quest. So he's
bedroll?
helping provide what you need.
Okay.
And also, he had someone go to the local alchemist and acquire 5 healing potions for you guys to
Cool.
distribute out however you'd like.
Well, I have grabbed one.
Quick question: did my lay of hands go up on this one?
Yes, it should be 25 now.
25. That's what I thought.
So I currently have 3 healing potions, so I probably shouldn't take it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab one.
Do we got 3 more to take?
Mm-hmm.
Who else wants them?
Well, I look at Rogar and say, "You're always getting hit in the face. You should take
Give
two."
give me all your health potions.
Just all of them.
So he
Just
grabs
all
the
of 'em.
last
Well, there's
3.
3 left unless
Yeah, so Rogar, you take the last 3.
Perfect. Dude,
All
I'm
right, and so
feeling
you
good.
guys, yeah. So you guys start heading south, through the gates, through the south gates of the city. You guys travel for, I'd say 8 or 9 hours without any kind of,
nothing like fresh horse poop to smell on the way.
yeah.
Breathe deep.
I think you get used to it.
Yeah, so you guys travel for about 8 or 9 hours without any kind of incident, and suddenly you hear the horses stop outside. The 2 guards are actually on the driver's seat of the carriage, and they're like, "Seems like there's trouble up ahead."
Well, my middle name's Trouble.
All right. So he's like, "What do you want to do?" It appears that there's somebody attacking a house.
Well, we should probably
Yeah, go
help the house, I would think.
2 arms.
Okay.
The barbarian's answer to everything.
Obviously. Oh, these are
Yeah.
I forgot to put you guys on here. Hold on 1 second.
Well, we're still in the distance. We're approaching.
Okay, so we'll say that you're approaching.
So we're coming on the north side of the screen, I assume.
Yes.
And is this like a roof? Like they're on the roof?
Yes.
And we can see that these guys are on the roof.
Everyone's on the roof.
These guys on the
The
bottom
guys
look
on
like
the-
they're on the porch.
Oops.
Okay, that's a lower level. The other 4 guys to
I
the
would think
south.
so.
Yeah.
Have they noticed us yet?
They have not noticed you yet. Let me get the.
These look like dark dwarves. Oh yeah.
That's our
Right,
guards.
So
That's our guards
So-
with us.
you see several men dressed in dark leathers, like jet black, and a guy in black robes with like a black dragon-looking mask
Oh
on
gosh.
top of the roof. And currently, they are throwing vials of acid onto the house and trying to gain entry into this house. And they're built like melting holes into the walls and the roof of the house. And they have a makeshift ladder. Well, not a makeshift; it's an actual ladder that they have put up against the house to get up on top.
So are these they're just like this is like a person's home or something.
That's what it appears
A
to be.
domicile.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice sized house. It's each square is 5 feet. So
Okay, yeah, so it's a large house. Well, we need to stop them from
Doing the acid.
yeah.
All right.
right now they haven't noticed you. Everybody make a stealth check.
I'm over here in a bush, so obviously they can't see me. I mean, they might have saw me. I rolled a 3. Maybe I tripped through the bush.
Whoa.
Look at you being
Okay.
stealthy, Wraith.
I know it. What
So-
happened to me?
Well, technically, you would get disadvantage on that, unfortunately, Wraith,
This
because
is
you're
true.
wearing chainmail. But I'd say everybody rolled well enough to pass the group stealth check. So it doesn't appear that they've noticed you quite yet.
All right. Cool.
So if you guys wanted to make a quick attack within your range of a turn, like if you've got ranged attacks, you can do them at this point. Wait, there's somebody missing.
No,
Oh no!
we're-
Oh, you're over there.
I'm
Okay.
in a bush.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a produce flame, I guess, on this closest guy.
All right.
All right.
Where's my produce flame at? Here we go. I think I helped light the house on fire.
A 9. You actually do start a fire right in front of on the roof of the house where he's kind of started burning with the acid.
We'll
And he's
tell
very-
them.
He looks very confused at the moment.
Yeah, because he.
So everybody else is acting at the same time. That's doing something. So
Okay. I'm gonna.
This guy down here, is he on the roof or
he's on a porch.
porch? And it's just a level on the ground porch.
It's
Alright.
it's about a foot off the ground. Maybe a couple feet actually, because there's stairs that go to it.
Can I reach him? Line of sight with him?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, then I'll blast him and do a repelling blast as well.
Okay,
Knock
so
him back, hopefully stumple him, make him prone. That's the plan.
17 definitely hits, and you knock him off the porch, and I'd say he goes prone. If you
Ooh,
hadn't just killed him outright. So yeah,
And
you
I get
you
two
just-
of them.
okay? You get 2.
So it's both of them together. Basically, I have 2 with Eldritch Blast. Now does 2 beams. I can direct them to 1 or to multiples.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. So yeah, you burn a hole through him and knock his corpse off the
Oh.
porch.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
All right. Okay.
right,
I'm
so-
gonna go ahead and attack that same guy Corey did. This guy.
Who's Corey?
Or I mean, yeah. Yada yada
Told you,
yada.
Jackson hit the sauce, man.
God, I am so pitiful.
So we can't move. You said right?
You can move up to your normal movement for a turn.
So this is where
20
you.
hits.
Okay, now is this where I do my sneak attack?
Absolutely, you would get sneak attack on this because he does not know that you're there.
Okay.
So you click longbow first.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and
Oh,
click
yes.
longbow also. The longbow plus one in the other one. The
The
Oh,
attack
damage.
point. You're doing great.
yeah.
So
So
23
10
damage.
points. So 23. Yeah, your arrow goes through the base of his skull and out through his eyeball.
Cool.
Oh, my cat just jumped in my lap and scratched the crap out of me.
I was like, wow, those are some
I
good
was wondering,
voice
that
acting.
sounded pretty real.
Kitty, no. Oh, that hurt so bad. Okay.
An arrow to the base of the skull would hurt real bad.
I know. Ow.
That was
voice
perfect
actors-
timing, Felicia.
Yeah.
God.
Voice acting skills have jumped up.
All right. So
Wraith is just going to get into the mix. He's coming down here. He's going to use dash,
okay.
and he's just coming down to here. Get
Okay.
ready for moving in on what's left. He doesn't have real good ranged anything.
Right.
So he's just going to get ready to get into the action.
He wants to
Get
go
ready
touch
up
those
the
guys.
Ladder and kick
Yeah.
ass on those dudes.
I like it in close and personal.
Yeah, we know. There's no doubt about it.
All right. So Rogar, anything you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to right here,
Mhm.
and yell in Draconic, "You Duragar bastards!" This is all gonna sound much cooler if this was heard out loud. So, you Duragar bastards are going to sleep permanently today, and I chuck a javelin at the one oh man, never mind. Well, I
At the
definitely
house.
chuck it up into the sky.
So,
Can I?
So-
can I
It's
do
a
an
warning
intimidation?
javelin
Hey,
shot.
it scared him.
As a bonus action and scare him off and make him fall off the house.
I would say that would be an action actually. So, so you throw the javelin, and it seems to go right through one of the holes that they've been building, making with your acid, and you
Yeah.
hear like a ah
Oh,
from
good
inside
job.
the house.
Good
and
job.
and I yell in Draconic, and I meant to do that. Next time it's gonna land in your skull.
Didn't he say it was someone in the house?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
somebody in the house.
Yeah. Oops. We're not supposed to kill the occupants, I don't think.
Okay, so now I would say it's time for everybody
It is
to
time.
roll initiative.
Right.
Because Rogar doesn't like doing things quietly. Wraith gets a -1.
That's where Wraith usually goes on initiative.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh, what? I'm going last?
Oh, that's better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me do a
I'm
resort.
trying to get down there with Wraith.
You tried.
All right.
You got to get a lot lower than that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Wraith
pathetic.
is -1.
Yeah, it's hard to go that bad.
I know it. I don't think you can go worse than that.
Well, you could, but you'd have to try real hard.
So
Yeah.
the guy in the black robes with the black dragon mask, he gets up to the edge of the house here, and he's gonna cast a spell at Rogar.
Because you scared him so bad.
And he rolls a 17 to hit. So I believe that hits you. Yes, it does. So you take 8 points of acid damage as a giant arrow,
Oh.
apparently made out of acid type energy, appears from his hand and lands on you.
That's not good.
Ouch.
That's a nasty hit.
Ouchie,
And
ouchie.
it explodes upon impact.
Huh.
All right. Boom.
Ooh, that was cool.
Wait, was that me or
yeah, it was on you. Bandit's
wait,
turn.
who did he attack?
You.
He attacked you.
Oh, I thought he said yes.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, see? You just got hit by 3 of them. You're probably dead now.
Now I'm dead. So was
Yeah.
it 8 points of acid damage?
Yes, 8 points of acid damage. All right, so this particular guy that's dressed in black is going to move up to the edge of the porch here, and he is going to take a shot at someone. Let's see here. He is going to make a shot at Wraith with his crossbow, and he
Okay.
misses.
Yes.
All right, Rogar, your turn.
Well, how much does it cost to go up the ladder?
I would say it's going to cost you. I'd say the house is about 10 feet high, so it costs you that much movement.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to chuck a javelin first and then run up there. I'm going to attack the same guy. And this time, he's not going to be so lucky.
That looks better. Oh,
Oh.
Weak damage.
So, yeah, so 7 points of damage. Okay, yeah, you look like you hurt him.
All right. So then I move right up on the ladder.
Okay. All right, so one of the guards.
Is it
Oh,
my
go-
turn yet?
No,
Oh,
no, no, no.
yeah, no, yeah. It's
See you
not.
next week,
no,
Ray.
you can go make breakfast.
This
Yeah.
fight's going to be over before I get into a battle.
All right, so this guy's going to move 60 feet up, and that's
Dang.
going to be it for him.
Let's try the dash action.
Yeah, he's going to use a dash action. So another one of the. So did you actually get on the ladder, Rogar, or are you like right at the base of it?
I'm at the base of it because I can't move any further. That was 40 feet.
Okay,
You
so
can move 40 feet?
this particular guy here, he's gonna like look down over the edge of the roof and take a shot down at you with his crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
That should hurt.
Well, don't he get disadvantaged because it's that close range?
You're
It's
actually
10
10 feet away from him,
Yeah.
so it won't be disadvantage. And he rolls a 21.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Um,
Wow.
Did you start raging? I don't remember if you said that or not.
No, I haven't raged yet, so I don't
Nope.
have resistance.
Okay. Yeah, so you
Probably
take the
should
full 8 points of damage.
Oh, guys, I'm dying over here.
We don't see health
Ouch.
bars.
Yeah, we don't actually.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I see mine. Do you see your individual one?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
individuals are
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
I see
Not
him
the
now.
group.
Right. Yep. Now they're coming up.
Remember, Rogar, just don't hit enter. It's fine. It's how you hack. Ooh, I can see myself on the turn order finally. I don't see Wraith though.
He's. I've stretched mine all the way down. I see Wraith.
So this guy over here is going to take a shot at this knight over here with his crossbow.
Mm.
Um,
Dodge, Mr. Guard.
and he hits,
They're pretty
and
expendable
the arrow takes him in the shoulder.
though.
Ouchie.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Okay. Next up is Jack Kuzi.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this guy right here. Oops, the one we've been working on. That guy.
Which one?
The main guy.
The middle guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's He's the
Oh, yeah.
cloaked dude.
25 definitely hits.
Pounding. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. 11.
That's a good one.
Okay. You don't get sneak attack this time, so yeah, it's just the 11 damage, but that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, your arrow catches him like in like close to his hip, like into his gut, and it hurt him, but he's still alive.
Okay. And then I'm moving. I can do a final move, right?
You can dash technically.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna dash right behind here. This guy.
Did
You can dash for 5 extra feet. You can dash all the way behind Wraith.
See, I couldn't
No.
move that far because
No, you get
I wanted
50.
to be behind that guy.
Nice.
Jack, what's your class again?
Rogue.
Rogue.
Did you get your 5th level perks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got uncanny dodge was the one I got.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see him there holding the guy's leg, peeking around it.
No, I'm looking between his legs.
Perfect.
So this guy's gonna move over here, and he's gonna take a shot at Wraith with his crossbow.
Through the bush, can't hit him.
It's the lower guy.
Around the
Guy
bush,
down the
you
bottom.
got shot.
He's got a shot straight at me.
Yep, and he hits with a 22.
Ouch. These guys are
Um,
vicious.
Yeah, so 6 points of damage.
Now what was that? How don't hit enter?
Yep.
Hey, how come my numbers aren't coming up?
What's that?
What do you
I'm
mean?
clicking on my guy to bring up his. Oh, wait a second. No,
Yeah, it's over on your character sheet is where I always
there. Okay, no, I had to.
Does everybody see everybody's health bars now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Not the guards, but
Yeah.
Well, okay there.
All right, so Rodan, your turn.
I will attack the big guy, I guess, or who am attacking?
Okay.
yep. One more good hit should take him out.
And I guess I'll split it. I think my understanding is
Oh, that's right.
so I'll
Do
do
you
a
announce
single attack.
before on your?
That I don't know actually.
Okay, so a 14 does hit.
What it does.
Nice.
Look at
Good
that.
one. Good one.
Okay, so that does. Okay, so that's just one of the rolls there.
Correct.
that
I
right?
get two attacks.
Yeah.
So
can
that's-
he see him slump to the ground so he can aim the next one and another one?
Yeah, so yeah, that particular blast hits him and it hurt him badly.
Oh, okay.
So again.
Do it again.
And Ali will do it again. I guess I'll roll again on him because I split it. Look at
I would
that.
say a 22 hits. Yeah. And
Good one.
yeah, so your blast actually knocks him right under the chin, underneath where his mask is, and it knocks basically his head clean off of his shoulders.
Oh,
I believe
nice
that
one
did.
there, Rodan.
Yeah.
And then for my move, we're gonna make a.
A little daisy
hot-
chain there.
Conga line. I like it.
I'm hiding behind the road now.
The guard looks back at you guys with disgust.
Hey, I'm
And
supposed
I-
to.
And I scratch my head and say, I wonder if they have AOE.
So
Yggdrasil, your turn.
I move up, and then I'm gonna shoot this new spell called Poison Spray at him, and it hits as long as he doesn't make a DC of 15 save. Constitution,
What's the range on it?
20 feet. Well, it's 10 feet, but since I'm a spell sniper, 20 feet.
Gotcha. So yeah, that'll hit. So they make a save. Which kind of save?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And what's the DC? Oh, he got a
15.
natural one. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
So it's
Yeah,
gonna
so-
wreck him for 12 damage.
All right. So he takes 12 points of damage, and that's enough to take him out.
Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, it's, you the poison just he kind of inhales the spray, and you just see him like clutch at his throat, and he goes down to one knee, and he falls off the roof dead.
Yes. Oh, he's
Alright.
dead. And bonus action, I cast Shillelagh Club. So my club's
Gotcha.
magical.
All right. So, this particular guy here is going to move up, and he is going to take a vial of acid out of his pack and throw it at Rogar, who is on the ladder.
I'm not on the ladder. I'm
He's
at
on
the
the
base of the
ground.
ladder.
Yeah.
At the base of the ladder. So he's going to
Yeah.
throw it down at you. And he hurls it right over your shoulder, and it impacts the ground and bursts, and you hear the acid like sizzle the grass below you.
Cool.
And I look up at him and say, "What a weak ass throw."
You could have just dropped it on my head.
Yeah, you
I know.
moron.
Yeah,
Come
you shouldn't
on.
have thrown it. You just had to dump it on him.
He's a dwarf. He's not very smart.
So this guy moves up, and he is going to take a shot at Wraith with his crossbow.
Right? It's just a sitting duck.
He is,
He's out there in the open. I
Yeah.
mean,
but he's almost ready to move.
He's
he
doing
doesn't
his
roll a
job.
natural 20, but he does roll a 20.
Okay.
These guys are rolling really good against the guy with the best AC. I do not know how to explain it. So 6 points of damage to you, Wraith.
6
Not
more
too
points
bad.
of damage. Once again.
All right.
Why? Okay. I'm
So-
still all right.
So this night, wait, where is he?
Hey, Wraith, almost your turn.
Yeah, and all I'm going to get to do is move.
I suggest you buy some javelins next time we're in it.
Can he throw javelins?
Yeah, why not?
Can
He's
you-
he's
yeah.
he's
He
proficient.
might not get a proficiency bonus, but
No,
he'd
he's
be able to throw
proficient
it.
in simple weapons.
Oh, okay. Then yeah. So
Yeah, he should then.
the knight has a heavy crossbow that he's going to try to take a shot at with against one of the dwarves that is over there near the porch. This one over here. He's going to take a shot.
Nice.
And so 13 does hit for 7 points of damage.
Wrecking him.
So that definitely hurt that dwarf pretty badly.
All right. All right.
You know whose turn it is.
Yes, and he moves here and then holds his action.
That's all I can do. What-
That's all I can do. But if they move
can
into
dash.
range, I can get him.
Didn't you get some of those alchemist fires or something like that maybe you could throw? Didn't you get some?
Yeah, I got an acid breath that I could throw, but we're
You just
doing
wanna hang on to
okay.
It might not be bad.
Why waste a good acid breath with
These guys are
the-
wimps.
they're
All right.
wimps?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't seen anything really deadly, and
No, yeah, I agree. They haven't had that many hit points.
We're OP.
All right, so that cultist is dead. All right, so this guy is going to get up right up into your face, Wraith,
All right.
and he is going to make an attack with a sword.
Was that? And then does he get an attack because he held his action or no?
Oh, actually,
does.
yeah, you held your action, so yeah, if you were holding an
Wait,
attack.
Yeah,
you
does
can
he
finish
go
your attack
first?
or not?
No, actually, Wraith would go first as soon as he got into range because he
Oh,
said he
okay.
was.
He gets
Okay.
2 attacks too, so make him count. He might fall dead before you even swing.
So yeah, go ahead and make your attacks, Wraith.
Are you
Wraith's
there?
muted.
Wraith, wake up.
oh, I just got back. I said I'll go get coffee, man. I'm not anything, but
Yeah, but yeah, you
Oh.
gotta throw because
You
Oh,
held your
alright.
action. Yeah. So attack.
all right.
You get to attack twice.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll it up.
Swing your sword.
All right. Yeah. Here it comes.
Oh,
Ooh,
I would say a 20 hits.
Yes, indeed.
Pal. 8.
not bad.
one more.
8.
And
do
then
it
I
again.
get one more.
Yeah.
Now, do I have to roll the hit again, or?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 2
Okay.
separate attacks.
Okay, that's what I
Okay.
wanted to double check. So, but I'll do another one.
Dang.
Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
will. Pound him. Oh,
Yeah. So
Sick. But that might take him out.
It's close.
your first slash goes across his chest and leaves a big gash, and he kind of like leans forward, and as he leans forward, you do an overhand strike and hit him in the back of the neck and cleave his head to completely off.
See,
All
it
right,
was not a
awesome.
waste of my time.
No,
No, it
we
was
wasted our time getting
Yeah,
coffee.
exactly. My XP per hour is going down when you're not at your seat.
Yeah. So he didn't even get to attack
Mm.
because he.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Rogar,
It
your
is.
turn.
Because that fat bastard dwarf is on the ladder, I don't want to risk running up the ladder and having him push me off or keep me from getting up there. And I was able to do that because I'm not raging. So I'm gonna move down. I'm gonna move down here to this.
So do they
dwarf.
get a like because he's
He
No,
wasn't.
they're 10 feet
yeah,
above my head.
10 feet. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come down here, hit him with Bahamut's tooth twice.
that should
This will probably take care of him.
that should take care of it.
Ooh, natural 20. So does that do?
No,
Well, the natural 20 wasn't his.
So
That was
it's only
his-
9.
Yeah.
Oh,
so 19
Yeah. So
total.
19 points of damage total.
yeah. So this guy is completely and totally wrecked.
All right.
cool.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, yeah. You like basically with one swing, you take off one of his arms, and the other you just kind of like slice him across the belly, and he like with his one good arm, he's trying to hold his intestines in for a second before he falls over dead.
Nice.
Like it.
All right. So this particular knight's going to move up a little bit and take a shot with his crossbow
Oh, cool.
at this guy up on the top of the ladder here. And he is going to miss.
Sends an arrow wide.
Call him a stormtrooper.
All right. So that guy's dead. He doesn't get a turn. That guy's dead. He doesn't get a turn. Jack Kuzi, your turn.
You're kind of exposed, Jack.
Okay, I'm going to hit the guy that's on top of the ladder. A longbow. Can I do a sneak attack on this one?
You don't.
It wouldn't. You're not hidden, so
Yeah.
it would not be a sneak
Oh,
attack.
No sneak attack.
But
and you
at
don't have
18 does hit.
advantage.
All right. And longbow.
Nice. Max
Ah,
damage.
good
14
one.
points of damage. Yeah, so even without sneak attack, your arrow goes like right through his mouth as he's like screaming at Rogar for running away.
Get back here, you
That'll
stupid
teach you to yell
dragon.
at my buddy.
Yeah, and the arrow goes through the back of his skull and he's dead.
Cool.
All right, so this guy, looking at like all of these people, of all of his friends dying, he's gonna try to turn and run away. So he's
Good luck,
gonna.
dude.
Let's see here. Where's the roper?
What happens if he gets off the map? Does he get away?
Not necessarily. Let me kind of expand the map a little bit, real quick.
And while the map's expanding, I whispered to Wraith, "You know, this chariot probably has some javelins in it that the King's Card brought down. You could probably talk to them and get you a couple."
I think I could use a couple of javelins. I do need a ranged attack,
You
which
do.
I desperately am missing, and I have the cash to pay for it.
And I heatedly whisper yell, "I'm the only one who uses javelins." Wrong.
Always gotta hog it, don't you, barbarian?
All right, so that's that guy's turn. He took a dash action to run as far as he could. Rodan, your turn.
I say I need his
Oh, he
toe.
went into the Arctic too.
I need his toe.
I need his toe. So I run up a little bit to get in range. Move him.
You're probably still in the.
You're still
Yeah,
measuring.
it didn't select.
Yeah.
It doesn't select all the time. And I do an Eldritch Blast. Was that 30? I get one more.
You get, yeah.
Either way, I think that gets it in 120, right?
Yeah, you're at
Yep.
115.
Yeah,
God, that's beast. That range is ridiculous.
it is.
All right, 26 definitely hits.
And I'll do
Okay.
my double on him.
Oh,
All right,
nice.
you can take him out before he gets away. Oh.
Yeah,
Well, that
so
still might do it.
Yeah.
your blast hits him in the base of the spine, and it basically blasts his innards out of the front of his stomach, and he.
Oh yeah.
Innards go to outards.
Yeah, see, that's the problem when your innards are outwards.
I really appreciate that, Rodan. That was going to be a long way for me to run.
Yeah, no kidding.
and all that armor and stuff like.
I know it. It was choom, 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 choom.
He
I'd
might
be
run faster.
exhausted,
He'd run faster.
and I still wouldn't get to him.
All right, Yadrsil, your turn.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna, run down to the base of the ladder, not on it, and then I'm gonna poison spray that guy again.
All right.
So DC 15 Constitution he has to make.
Oh wait, I need to do it from his character sheet. Hold on, because he gets a bonus, I think.
Is
Yeah,
the
he does.
javelin a two-handed weapon?
It would be a one-handed weapon.
Yeah,
I
how
think.
That's
can you
what-
throw it with
okay.
2 hands.
Yeah,
well,
he
I
actually-
don't know,
Overhead.
but I just want to make sure I could keep my shield on with the.
He succeeded the saving throw. So
Okay.
how much damage does he take?
He doesn't take any.
Oh, okay,
It's a hit or a miss thing.
gotcha.
So then I look at him and say, next time.
All right, so that guy's dead. That guy's dead. All right, this knight is going to back up a little bit and take a shot with his crossbow. And he rolls. Wow, I wish I could show you guys that I actually rolled this, but I rolled 2 natural 20s.
Oh, we see
Oh,
it.
Yeah. I think that hits.
Yeah.
We can actually see that, like in that roll
Oh.
thing.
Oh, it wasn't a whispered thing, so you could see it. Oh,
Yeah, we've been
So, yeah,
watching all
I
your.
couldn't see the dice. I can see the rolls though.
so you can see the knights. Oh, I didn't change the knights to whisper mode. Okay,
Which I thought was okay because they're on our team.
right, that makes sense. So 14 points of damage. The crossbow bolt goes right into this guy's nostril and out
Ow.
the back of his head.
Cleared his sinus though.
Yeah. No
and
longer.
I was going to move to the bottom of the ladder and threaten him with my next. If I got a javelin next time. And
I'll
say,
hit you with a javelin.
next time you would have been in trouble.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
Oh, boy.
you guys are out of combat, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I
That sounds
scamper up.
awful.
I scamper up the ladder and look at this fancy guy.
I do too. I wanted to look at him too.
Okay.
You heard
So-
me coming, though.
Yeah. So as you guys come up, you guys are gonna start searching everybody's bodies and stuff. or-
Yes.
I'm
Hi.
gonna knock on the door and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Okay. Yeah. So
sorry,
you knock.
sorry, my buddy got a javelin in your belly.
So you knock on the door and you see a guy like a little sliding thing appear in the wall, and it opens up, and you see somebody with bright green skin look back through with red eyes.
It's a
and
goblin.
No, not a goblin. A goblin is more like a dark, scalier green. This is
Alright, I'm
much more
back.
just like a regular skin texture, but bright green. So he's like, "Are they gone?"
Huh?
No, they're dead.
Yeah, we killed them all.
Their bodies
Uh,
are still here.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
So you see the
finished combat.
the eye hole thing slide back closed, and you hear several different locks going like about 12 different locks on this door seem to be unlocking, and then he opens the door and he's like, "Oh, thank you." So what you see here is a guy with he's got horns. He's got green skin. He has red eyes. He's got like a pencil thin black goatee. He's a tiefling. Some of you have seen these before. They're half human, half demon blood. They're not necessarily evil, just because they're half demon blood. There's many good tieflings around, but yeah, this guy just he's like, "Thank you, you saved me and my family." And behind him, you see a female tiefling and two small children tiefling in the home.
Well, I'm on the roof, so I can't really talk to him. But I would
Yeah.
whisper and say, ask them, if they know why these guys were attacking him.
Why were
I'm
they
coming
here?
down.
All right. Yeah.
I want to ask him if he's got any javelins.
I'm not going to start.
Do you know why they were attacking you?
I don't know why they were attacking me. We were just minding our own business. I'm a little bit of the paranoid sort anyway, and so luckily I had all these protective locks on my door, and you notice that his front door is about a foot thick.
Good lord.
It's like heavy timber. Like it's one of the thickest front doors you've ever seen, and the walls are very thick as well. And that's why it was taking so long for these people to try to like burn through it with acid.
I was smart of them to build that thick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna search this guy. The
Yeah,
guys on the
let's
roof's
finish
body.
searching.
Yeah, I'm gonna search all these other little turd dwarves here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was-
Everybody roll investigation.
investigation.
So I find grass. That's what I find.
Rogar sees a squirrel run by, gets distracted. All right, Wraith. Okay. First of all, amongst all of the dwarves clad in black leathers, you notice that they're all carrying vials of acid. Rounded up, you find about 25 vials of acid.
Good lord.
Man,
It's gonna be one trip.
So can
And-
anyone just throw those? You can just use them like an action.
Yeah, you can throw them as an action. Yeah, and it's in the compendium and it's as acid. You splash the contents of this vial onto a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw the vial up to 20 feet, shattering it upon impact. In either case, make a ranged attack against a creature or object, treating the acid as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 acid damage.
I'm taking those vials. That's my ranged attack in the meantime.
Well, 20
That's
feet's
fine.
not that far.
Yeah,
Javelins
but
are like
it's-
100 and something feet.
It's 15 feet farther than I can do right now.
So you're going to take all of those vials?
I don't know if throwing acid on people's faces is a paladin type thing.
It's
Yeah.
not, but I need a range.
Oathbreaker.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I leave the acid behind. I've
I
just
would
been
say
put
it's
out.
if
I
you're
go
throwing
over
those on
and
bad
meditate
guys.
under a tree.
If
Oh
you're
my.
throwing acid on bad guys, I don't think that you would feel bad about it.
Yeah, well, he made me feel bad.
See, because you should. Throwing acid on people is just bad.
He's just
Yeah, Brazil.
subconsciously playing with your preconceived worldview.
Well,
Okay.
he's doing a nice job.
I just
Yeah,
want him to
but,
be an
um,
oathbreaker.
Wraith, you also found. Gosh, that's mean. You also find another potion on the. It's a potion on the. The guy with the dragon mask.
Yes.
The main dude.
Yeah. You don't know what it does. What kind of did you have? What kind of breath potion do you have right now? Is it acid breath?
Acid breath.
I've
yeah.
got acid breath. Yes.
It looks identical to the potion that you have.
Oh,
Nice.
then I would say I've probably got another acid breath
So Wraith, why would you feel bad about throwing acid on people when you have a potion
because
of acid
Yadrisil
breath?
made me feel bad.
I just like to make people question their
It's
own.
Yadrisil's problem. He made me. He burned me.
I
So
think it's
to
a
be
trick. He's trying
helpful,
to get you in touch with your natural self.
to be,
Well, I drifted.
to be helpful with
Look-
all
look
the
Look at the scum I'm running around with.
I know.
It's hard to hold on to my. It's hard to hold on to my beliefs.
And
Scum.
Rodin and Wraith, you both find roughly 30 gold amongst the bodies
Oh.
each. You can keep those or distribute it however you'd like.
So to help the
Uh,
tieflings out, I want to push all these bodies off the roof.
I'm gonna take the 30.
As-
Somebody
as-
needs it. I'll give it to him.
As fun, I want to run up on the roof and I want to pick up one of these Durgars. I
Uh,
want to see how far I can throw them off the
Yeah.
roof.
well, they're actually not Duragar; they're just dwarves. But yeah, you can go ahead and do a
That should make it easy.
athletics check with
And I took
advantage because
that
I'd say that
acid
your rage
breath,
is still
guys.
going. 17. Okay. You from here, you take that that dwarf and you throw him directly into the well.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You poisoned
Cool.
their water. Good job. You were
I'll
supposed
go
to
get
aim
'em
for the
out.
road.
I'll go get him out.
And I want to push these other 3 off the roof.
Guys, there's no water in this well. There's nothing down there. I wonder what this guy's hiding, because
Looks like water to me.
only someone who's that paranoid has something to hide. I'm saying all this over my earring.
Or he's got children to
Yeah, you think-
save.
No, it's not. I think he's hiding something.
Does he have a manga hat?
A manga,
A-
a manga hat.
A MAGA hat?
Oh.
Because he's paranoid. I was just wondering. You know, because if I see him running around with a red hat, maybe.
In that case, I'll throw some acid at him.
I was gonna say we'll start throwing the acid again.
I'd feel okay about that.
Are these bodies stuck on the roof? Because I've pushed them off twice now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, they're sticking.
There.
All
now,
right.
now I've cleaned his roof off. Cleaned your gutters out. You're good to go. We did our daily
Is it-
duty.
He's like, well, we're for saving our lives. Would you like to stay here for the night? I've got some extra room.
Yes.
Yeah, we
And
might
I
as well.
whisper,
Is there anything
we've-
in this wheelbarrow?
Let's take a rest.
Like a
I whisper
secret-
to the party, this is where Rodan and Jack can search his house and everybody's sleeping to see what he's hiding.
All right.
We definitely should have Jack check his house out, see if there's anything shady going on.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay,
I
so
wanna sleep then when
y-
everyone's
see
asleep.
you guys come in, and you know, their kids are excited to see adventurers. You know, they ask you to tell them stories about your exploits and stuff like that. The wife is very cordial and kind and welcoming. They cook a nice dinner for you. It's like a venison roast with like some vegetables, some carrots and potatoes. They give you some wine that they've been saving for a while, and they turn in for the night and show you to your, you know, they have a couple of extra bedrooms with a few beds. Well, maybe like the guards would have to sleep in the carriage, but they don't mind.
All right.
So,
Well, that sounds like a very pleasant evening.
Yeah.
And then what?
do
We're
I
going to.
did I
so
believe
now-
this guy?
Make an insight check.
Like, I
See,
wanna-
I sort of do.
well,
but
we'll
I do
find
So
too.
out.
everyone do an insight check.
I'm gonna do one because I'm so wise, so wise. See, look how wise I am.
All right.
Yes. But Wraith
Wraith?
is wise.
Wraith,
He's a
meet
paladin.
me. Go to Discord and move to Los Viejos for a second.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh, secret meeting. Watch it, the old guy channel.
Someone tell Montressor that Scabbard likes to touch another channel.
I think he knows. That's why he said, "Let's go to the old place."
So we're just enjoying. We just ate some guy's random food, dude. He might be poisoning us.
I know. Yeah, Wraith will come back and we're poisoned.
He'll be like, "Well, you noticed that we're all
Yeah,
turning
I've got
green
an
now."
Antidote here. How much for the antidote?
Okay, we're back.
All right.
So
So what'd he tell you, Wraith?
boy, Wraith can tell us what he was incited with.
Mhm.
If it's
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
in
yes, but-
place. Like you can't, you know,
To
if we're
get everybody into that, what I think I would do in this case, after I got that insight, is I would go and talk to Jack quietly about something I would want him to do later in the evening
All right.
Sounds
after
creepy
everybody's gone
already.
to sleep.
wait, this
So-
is getting weird.
Go to Los Viejos, Jack.
You're kidding.
I'm like, guys, why did Wraith and Jack go in the other room and shut the door?
Can we hear him through our earrings?
I think you have to kind of like will to talk through it. Like
You have to
You-
intend.
you have to intend to send the message through it.
I think The tiefling's dogs are attacking us now. Good lord. I think Amber's home. I mean, Tadina.
I forgot that name.
All right, we're back. Now, I'm assuming that we've eaten, we're all that stuff. We're about ready to say, okay, I'm ready to go to bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Days work.
turn in early so I can help get groceries for this tiefling.
And I'm gonna turn in too.
Do we have a room? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple of rooms with beds in them.
Yeah,
Right,
a couple of
okay.
rooms. Yeah.
And then
So-
are these private rooms or all together?
I would say that the guards, like one guard is in each of your rooms, and like you guys are split into two, however you'd like.
Okay.
And I guess Rogar's just out standing guard. So
I have an unsettling feeling, even, wisdom.
So you're staying
Yeah.
outside?
I'm gonna stand guard because I'm feeling pretty
Okay.
good.
All right.
Okay.
all right.
So I'm gonna cast alarm on the door of the room that I'm in
Oh.
while I
Okay.
sleep,
Oh, so that means if someone comes in, an alarm goes off.
or someone goes out.
Oh,
If anybody goes through the door, basically.
oh okay.
Now, is this going to be an audible alarm or just like an alarm that
Just
you know?
Only for me. I'm not gonna make it
Okay.
audible. It'll be just for me because
Okay.
I'm feeling a little. I mean, there's some whispering going on. I'm not sure what's going on. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like on a
Okay,
gossip
I'm gonna
channel
be
or
in the
something.
other room.
All right. So you want to be in the other room beside not
I
the one
don't-
that Rodad's in.
Right.
You don't want to
Okay.
be setting off alarms.
That's right.
Okay. So you do that, and everyone seems to go to bed.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, once everyone's asleep, I'm gonna go out searching. Do I tell them what I'm doing, or do I like
Yeah, you can go ahead and say what you're doing
say
now.
what I'm doing now?
Yeah. So go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay. Oops. Wait a second.
Make it good. You're Jack.
Fuck my my eyesight is so bad. My nose is about in the fucking computer.
Okay. So you roll a
Uh-oh.
10.
Not good, Jack.
Yeah.
So you're about to open your door, and you start to turn the handle, and it's a little bit creaky, and it makes a noise. You're not sure if anybody heard it or not, but it definitely made a noise.
Okay.
Are you gonna keep on
Okay.
going, or
Yeah. Can I do like
Another stealth check.
No.
what you can do? You can peek your head out and
yeah? Isn't
the
there like
door? And do like a perception check.
okay?
See if
Yeah.
anybody's in there.
All right. That's what I'm doing. Perception check. Come on, do better. Oh yeah, way better.
Jesus.
9 is fine. You don't see anybody.
Oh,
I
okay.
told the wrong person.
Okay, so when Wraith was telling me his inspiration, he said that the owner of the house kept looking at a door and kept
Uh-huh.
switching over and looking at the door like there might be something hidden there. So I'm going to go over to that door and search for traps first.
Okay. Well, first I'm gonna have you do one more stealth check to see
Oh,
if you
okay.
can
Oh,
creep
if I
over
can
there.
get Okay. There we go.
27?
That's better.
Yeah, you move
Much better.
quickly and silently. Nobody definitely nobody heard that.
All right.
All right, so you're gonna check for traps. Do a
Yeah.
thieves tool check.
Thieves tool. Ooh.
Yeah, you don't detect any traps, but there it is locked.
Okay. So now I got to do a lock pick, right?
Yeah, one more thieves tool check.
Okay.
23. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very complex lock, but you're very skilled with your thieves tools, and it takes you probably a good couple of minutes, but you do quietly and easily open the lock.
Okay.
All right.
And
Open the door.
yep, open the door.
Okay, so you open the door and it looks like an office. Doesn't seem to be anyone in here at the moment. There's a desk with a few things sitting, like some parchment and ink on the top of the desk. There's a few books piled up on the desk. There's a bookshelf that has various books on it, and there seems to be a rug in the middle of the floor.
Huh. Is the yeah, I want to go search and see if there's a trap door under that rug.
Okay, you lift the rug, and underneath it, there appears to be a small secret compartment with a lock on it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, let me check for traps on that.
Okay, thieves' tools.
Nope. Oh, thieves'
There does appear to be a trap. You don't know exactly what kind of trap, but you can see the mechanism in there that looks like something would happen if you stuck something in there
Okay.
willy-nilly.
Yeah, so I should try and
Disarm.
disarm the trap, right?
Yeah, thieves' tools again.
All right. Come on, baby. Give me a
Yeah, you notice there's a little latching mechanism in there that would set off the trap if you weren't careful. You disarm that latching mechanism and then unlock the compartment and open it up. And
right.
inside is a small, like, it looks like a chest, but it's like the size of like a softball. And that's all that you see. The chest actually doesn't seem to open. There's no opening on it at all. It's just completely sealed all the way around.
Huh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should probably just put it back, right? Oh, I can't whisper to those. That's right. They're sleeping.
You can whisper to anybody. I mean,
that's right.
You might
Dave's
wake them up.
paranoid.
But...
He's up.
I saw you leave.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I explained to him what I found in the box, and ask him, what do you think? Should we take it or should I put it back?
I think that would just make us thieves at this point.
well,
I
that's
don't
what I
know. But I'm sure as hell curious.
Yeah.
You can't do any detections, can you? Like detecting magic or anything like that? See if
I don't think I have detect magic.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Then
you can do. You're not proficient in it, but you could just try an Arcana check and just see if you think it might have some magic.
All right. Arcana, double 20s.
A 14. You think that there's a good chance that there's some magic to this? It just feels funny in your hand.
Huh.
You don't know a lot about magic, but you think that there might be some kind of magic. To
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
yeah,
Boy, I'm
but
still
that doesn't
mixed.
mean we can steal it.
Yeah. And,
God. This is.
So is everyone else still sleeping? What up? Wake up, dude.
No, I would say. See, I'm sitting here torn between this and then Rogar's suspicion in the beginning.
Right.
He, I'm starting to feel that maybe his suspicions had some merit, and yet at the same time, I'm feeling more like a thief than anything else. But then I wonder why he was worried about it, unless he was worried about us being the thieves that the other guys were. So,
see, that's probably why these guys were here, to get that thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So does that? Okay, this is what I would suggest: that we close it up, put it back. When we get up in the morning, we approach him and say, "This is what we found," and have him give us an explanation or get ready to fight. I would rather do it that way than to just be a thief. That's my opinion.
All right.
Are there opinions from any other people on the comm?
I'm outside. I'm outside. And I'm telling you, why didn't he just tell us we have the King's Guard with us? The King's Guard in Adventure of 5
Well, that's a good point.
just killed a bunch of possible chromatic.
But
Tiamat
it's
followers.
his stuff, you know. Maybe he feels
Maybe
that
it's
it's
not, maybe
it's
it's
none
not.
of
We
our
gave him-
business.
We gave him an out. He had an opportunity to tell us. Why didn't he tell us?
What say you, Yad and Rohan? We're
Rohan?
whispering to all.
Oathbreaker. What? Sorry, I just woke up.
Yes, yes.
I was waiting
I
for you to
agree.
steal it. I was gonna be like,
No,
you were gonna be like, just take it,
no.
and then
See,
I would have woke
don't
up with
like
an.
it.
I don't.
No.
I mean, I obviously missed most of the conversation because I was asleep.
Okay, so
But I understand.
so what happened was Jack Kuzi snuck out of the room after everybody had gone to bed. Went to
Like,
the
I heard that. I heard him sneak in and find the chest thing.
And open it.
okay.
But I don't know
Or-
why we decided to go in this guy's office.
We decided to go into it because I had seen him looking at it kind of suspiciously while we were all talking. He kept looking at this door,
See,
and
that was the inspiration.
and
he
it
got
was that insight
from
that
Insight.
I got.
channel.
And so I said maybe there's something in there that we ought to look at. And so I told Jack Kuzi to later in the night, let's go explore, see what's in there. And that's what he has found. But
So that's
now
what
I'm not finding enough to say that this is that we have a right to take it. But I sure as hell, it does have magic in it. It's
I mean, it could be like a family heirloom that he's scared to lose.
that's it. That's
Like,
it.
I mean,
I
that
say
would
we
make
do
me
this.
nervous.
I
But-
say we do this. I say we not take it as in the sense we're going to steal it. I say Jack should put it in his pocket, and then in the morning we all confront him and say, why were these guys attacking you? This is what we found. We're not going to take it, but we need to know what this is.
See, we can either do that or, like Rick said, just put it back and then ask them. But no, maybe it's better to have it.
I think we should have it because it means it tells him that we're in business. Just saying.
It also
Alright.
lets him know that we're untrustworthy and we'll sneak into your office when you're asleep.
That's exactly what it says, and that I don't like particularly saying that. That's not what a paladin would do.
No.
Okay.
But then the paladin did get the insight and said, "Go look." So
Yeah, the
I'm-
paladin
So
goes
is
went and
Rodan
told
still
the thief.
sleeping too?
I know that's
I'm up.
right.
He's going to think we're
Exactly.
untrustworthy anyway for sneaking around and stuff. So either way, he's going to think we're untrustworthy.
See, that's true too. If we broke in there, even if we left it in there,
So I say
unless
we
we
just
played
go. I say
dumb and-
we go full on. Confront him in the morning with it. Say the King's Guard has sent us on a top secret mission. We need to know what this is.
Then
Alright,
why
that'll
don't we
work.
leave it in there and not take it and come out and then tell them in the morning that we are on that mission? That's a good one to say. We are on a top secret mission, but you have a locked door that we need to look into and see what he says to that. See if he tries to lie to us.
I just want to know the paladin's ethical boundaries, right? So it's
Yeah,
not,
well, he's
it's
having
okay to
trouble with
lie.
his boundaries. Let me tell you, he's
Hold
having
on.
a hell of a time.
Let me look up
Sometimes
It's
Oathbreaker.
okay. It's okay to tell a thief to go in and.
I'm
I'm on board. We just take it. We confront him. I think that's.
I'm kneeling before my little shrine all the time,
That-
saying,
that- that's why I was so happy that the paladin was the one who got this like shit.
Well, I mean, the
Conflicted.
paladin would definitely like detect these things, but then when you're like, yeah, go in there, because what oath did you take?
I took the oath of devotion.
Mm.
I know.
And what is the oath of devotion again?
Here, I'll put it in there.
They're honest, courageous, compassionate, honor and duty. Don't
Okay.
lie or cheat. Let your words be your
That's it.
promise.
Okay, so you're not the one that's going to be doing the talking. So you'll be
Yeah, but I'm the one that sent the thief in there.
yeah, because you knew something. You're
well,
doing
it's
something
for our
good.
safety. Just
I
this guy's got
agree.
nothing to
I
hide.
agree. But my
somebody-
motivations were pure. But now now you're stepping into that gray area where I'm not sure it's
But see,
good
so
for.
so here's your compassion: aid others, protect the weak, and punish those who threaten them.
And we
That's
did all
Show
those-
mercies to your foes, but temper it with wisdom.
We did all of those
Exactly.
things already.
We did.
We're within the. Yep. We're within his oath.
So you let the rest of us do the talking.
You let everybody else lie.
I'm going to stay in my room and not watch.
You can't break an oath if you're not there.
Oh,
All right. So as you guys are discussing this moral quandary, that's
This
where
is
we're going to
the-
pick up next time.
this is the toughest thing we have faced. I mean, I'm really twixt.
I can't wait till you become an oath breaker. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm going to be reading a lot about my oath over the next few days.
Yeah, you're gonna need to pray on it, meditate.
I am. I'm going to my
Well, you
goddesses.
got time.
I do it.
But
Okay.
what's
all the
cool
way
is when
to
you
the
break
meeting.
your oath, you get new abilities.
But I don't want to break my oath. I like my abilities as they are, although I do want some javelins.
You can always find absolution from a cleric who has the same faith as you to you know.
I haven't run
seek
into any of them
atonement.
so far,
To
and I
repent.
don't want to.
I'm
I don't
sure
want to
that
be.
big place has one.
Yeah,
Eldrin.
we can find a cleric if you need it.
Okay. All right.
Well, I guess
might need
that's
it.
gonna do it until Wednesday.
All right,
Yep.
guys.